Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog series on music production and its relation to physics. If you had the chance to watch my last episode, you would have learned all about reverb and how the physics of how sound moves in different spaces, and we really looked into how you can recreate this sound in your own recordings. Today, we are going to take a look into compression and how it is used in music. Compression is an audio effect used in music production to help create a smaller dynamic range in an audio recording. It does this by lowering the levels of the loudest parts of a track and bringing up all the quietest levels. This will create a nice balanced dynamic where usually instruments and vocals would fluctuate in volume. This makes the track stand out and be really clear in the mix rather than becoming muddy and sounding too much like one another. Take a look at this comparison of a raw audio file and a compressed audio file. The largest peaks in the original wave show that when the sound waves have the largest amplitudes, while the smallest portions of the original wave show when the sound wave has the smallest amplitudes. The compressed version shows that the amplitudes have been evened out, which will create a less dynamic sound that can be easier to hear in a mix. Without compression, the loudest peaks of the recording could start to get distorted as the volume is turned up, while the smallest troughs of the sound wave could be still nearly inaudible. Compression balances out these differences, making it easier to turn up the volume of your whole track without running into these sort of issues. I have recorded a short acoustic guitar track so that you can hear the difference between a compressed sample and the original sample. I will play lightly and quietly at first and then gradually get louder so that you can hear the dynamic differences in the original track. The first time I play it back, there won't be any effects on it, so it'll just be as it was recorded, and the second time I'll run it through a compressor so you can hear an audible difference in what a compressor does to an audio file. Here is an up-close photo of a digital compressor similar to the one I was using. You will notice that there are many different knobs and controls that each have different functions. There is a threshold slide, which tells the computer how loud the track should be before compression is applied. The ratio indicates how much compression will be applied. Attack and release control how quickly the compression starts or stops after the signal crosses the set threshold. Knee indicates how the compressor will kick in. A high level of knee means the compressor will be triggered abruptly, while a low level will trigger the compressor gently. Finally, the output slide allows you to boost the level of output from the compressor, making the signal louder overall. Learning how to use this effect in a productive way can be very hard to start out with. In my opinion, it's best to just start experimenting by adding different levels of compression and changing the values on your compressor to see what you like and what you don't like. It's best to take note of what works and what doesn't so that you can start to get a better understanding of how to achieve the sound that you want in each of your recordings. That just about wraps up our brief explanation of compression for today. I find it so interesting to find out how we can manipulate different sound waves in order to get them to sound exactly how we want them to, and compression is a perfect example of that. I hope that learning all of this will help you in your production so that when you are recording and mixing your piece, you will be able to use compression as a tool. But before we go, we have to talk about the song of the day. For today's song of the day, we have Last Chance on the Stairway from the album Rio by Duran Duran. Now, Rio is a super popular album by this band. It has songs on it, Rio, of course, and then Hungry Like the Wolf, which I'm sure everyone probably knows. If you don't, that's probably where you should start when you begin listening to Duran Duran. But But Last Chance on the Stairway is a very overlooked song on this album, and I definitely recommend it. It's really upbeat and fun song, great Duran Duran song. So check it out. Thank you all for watching. Remember to tune in next time to learn about the subject of equalization, or EQ, as it's called in music production. Also remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel to catch up on the entire music production physics vlog series that I have been doing, and leave a comment to let me know what you think.
Funny, it's just like a scene out of